Mathematics includes the study of quantity, structure, space, and change. Math can be so complex it could be considered strange. So strange equations could be rearranged.
Hey CVA Integrated Math 3 students. Sometimes like a teenager you're like, where am I? You're like, I don't want to do this. Then you think maybe, I can do this. Growing in the desire, do I want to do this? Then the question, how do I do it? Well, maybe I'll try it, and then confident I can do it, and then right there, I will do it, and then one day you're going to say, yes, I did it. And it's now time for our world famous...
It's time for game plans!
Thank you, Mr. Frank. Wow, guys, week number 8, September 27th to October 1st, 2021. We are finishing up Module 8. Students will be able to collect and interpret data so that it is useful to a specific audience on the Module 8 test. Remember, your class link is always the same. I just want to emphasize for your grades, eCadence is the unofficial grade. It's just a way for us to get and turn in your work. The official grade is look at Aries. Aries is the official grade. Okay, something else is that students, just because you turn in a late assignment doesn't mean I grade it. You must go through late work. Why is that the case? Just because you turn in eCadence, you need some kind of late payment and notification to me that you've turned it in, so I only go through your late work. I do not accept your work through email. You have to turn it in to where I asked you to turn it in. You can just look at that page. It tells you right here, either Google Forms or eCadence. Khan Academy is due this week, September 30th, Thursday at 8 a.m. You need a total of 120 minutes. If you need more details, go ahead and click on this. It tells you right there. And if you need to learn how to count up your learning in minutes, read that. Remember, if you ever miss a CVA class, each week I'm giving you 5 points for the discussion. I think it's like the .2s and the .3s. And to get a full 5 points, you have to do your work and show up to class and complete an absent assignment if you're missing. Remember, if you need help, I have a link here for my office hours, and I'm willing to meet with you anytime outside of that as well. You just have to fill it out and we'll find one. Hey, subscribe. I think your grade might need it. College fair. Dun 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 dun. I've been pursuing people. I took my grades in my Aries grade book and from lowest to highest, and I'm working my way up. So let me again, if you are under 60% for attendance or grade, I gotta find you. Even if you're a Savannah student, I'm trying to find you on campus and talk to you after or during a class. And my goal is the same. I just want you to get over 60%. You'll be happy, I'm happy, your grade's happy, your parents are happy. But remember, once I send that letter, call your parent. People aren't happy. You just got to do that work. And as a teenager, I know that's stressful, but take it one step at a time. Take a breath. Even basketball coaches, parents, aunts, uncles, they're telling me, hey, we got to do this. So I got to put that pressure on because we're not doing that work. We're in week number 8. We're finishing up, so let's take a look here. Monday, I'm calling it a work day, and I'll show you guys what work is due. Tuesday, you have this Integrated Math 3 Module 8 test review. Let's go ahead and click on this and see what it looks like. So, directions. You have a menu of choices. I only have 2 doors for you, red and orange. You need to complete a minimum of 1 to get full credit. And I'm offering extra credit if you complete both of these. So, yesterday I was watching the Los Angeles Chargers, and they got a touchdown taken away because they did something called an illegal motion. And the commentators were saying, oh, bad on the Chargers because they actually did the same thing the previous week. They did not learn from their mistakes. And so that's why we do something called quiz corrections. I want you to, don't be like the Los Angeles Chargers. I don't want you to make the same mistakes in math. So if you have not already, you only need to watch this once. I call this like the pregame show. if we're thinking about football, is how to complete quiz corrections. Watch this once, and it's going to show you guys how to do this, because we're going to do this quite often in class, because the math is actually learning from our mistakes. So here's your two options. Red door, option number 1, you need to complete this Module 8 practice test. You can click on this. I'll have this available to you. And basically when you're done, you need to watch the solutions. I'll have a link on there, and complete the test corrections. You can either click on this, or you can go to my website, Math Classes Integrated Math 3, Quiz Corrections, and then change the tab to Integrated Math 3A 2122. You'll watch the video solutions and complete quiz or / test corrections with the video solutions I provided in here or on my website. Okay, that's option number 1. Option number 2 is go get your quiz number 1 stuff, and you're basically going to do quiz number 1 corrections. You can go your Edulastic and print the work you did, or keep it as a PDF file if you're doing annotations, or take out the piece of paper you showed your work on. You're going to watch and complete the quiz corrections with the video solution. I'll show it to you. Go to my website, click on Math Classes, Integrated Math 3, Quiz Corrections, and change the tab to Integrated Math 3A 2122. And if you got a perfect, then you can't use this option. I guess if you got a perfect, you'll get extra credit to do both. Let's take a field trip to mrmathing.net. Alright, so if you go to my website here, mrmathing.net, you can click over here and see all the classes that I've taught, and you're going to click on Integrated Math 3 or New Math 3. And then from the table of contents, you can click on Quiz and Test Corrections, or just scroll down. And this spreadsheet here is actually going to show you all of the quizzes and tests I've given out since 2017, which is basically like Algebra 2. And we've changed math textbooks, but I'll kind of direct you with things. So if you want to get quiz number 1 corrections, you just click on here. This is a blank PDF, which is what you have in your Edulastic. It should look like this. Boop. Show it to me. Boop. There it is, right? And then you have the video solution, which I need to make available right here, and you just click on that, and then you can watch the video. Okay, so that is how you're going to do your Module 8 test review. Why are we reviewing for a test? This is your first test of the semester. Is because we're having a test. I'm calling it 8.5. Module 8, anything that's 0.5 are called assessments. We're going to take that on Friday. We're going to take it on Friday. Even though I give you a week to take it, and you can even take it in class, it won't be available to you starting until Friday. And make sure you have all of your work done. Okay, so another assignment we have is Wednesday. I want you to do something called 8.0 post-test. 8.0 post-test, let me read the directions, I'll do it with you. You're going to go to your lesson 8.1. Make a copy, delete it all, but keep the checklist. Write down your pretest score and take it again. So take the pretest again. Write this down as your post-test score, and write down one problem you didn't get correct and what didn't you understand. Write it down, and I'll have the video solutions for that. You'll just click on right here. Okay, so let's go to our lesson 8.1. You can just go to your next slide. Where am I? There we are. And you can just go to 8.1. And I'm going to make a copy of this. Sorry, the internet's kind of slow here at school. It's okay, patience is a fruit. So make a copy. Let's call this 8.0 post-test. Press OK. It's going to open up. And then basically we're going to delete everything except for the chart. I'll just do the first page deletions because the internet's kind of going slow. Come on, come on. Okay, so just delete all this stuff. I need that chart. You can delete the other pages, but basically I want something that looks just like this. You're gonna keep this chart. You should have this stuff filled out already, but you're gonna fill out the after. Fill out the after, and then just write pre-test score. Maybe you took it and you got a 4. And then you're gonna take it again, so click on this. You're going to fill out the Google form. It should tell you a score. Put the score back here. Let's just say you take it and you get a 6. And then just write 1 missed question. Which question did you miss? Which question did you miss and why did you miss it? And maybe you can look back at your notes and hopefully you have a stronger understanding. Okay? And then let's look at the work that's going to be due. So then Thursday I'm suggesting a study day, and then Friday the Module 8 test will open. You're just going to your Edge Elastic, and what will be due, you'll have to turn in your Module 8 test review. So put a link here, come over here. So you have lesson 8.4, 8.5, your Module 8 test review, and then your our 8.0 post-test. Okay, so that will be due on Friday, 10/1/21, 9 a.m. on eCadence. And I want to point out some things. Number one, when people turn in things, I have this list here on my own side, but if I put an R, it basically means when I click on it, it's restricted access. So make sure you change all of your Google Documents. Let's go back. Let's just say I want a, let's just say this one. Share. This is like the #1 mistake for students. And then you can change your link to anyone in this group or AUHSD. And then you change it, so make sure it's not, whoops, make sure it's not where it says restricted. That's the best right here. You don't want that. No, no, yes, yes, any of these. And then you copy your link, and that's what you would turn in. Okay, and then I have one more. I want you guys to sign up for something called our interviews. So let's go ahead and watch what interviews are, and you need to sign up by next week.
So I always root for the underdog, and this is what I actually wrote in a survey. They asked me about my classroom and how it was for distance learning, and I said education has not been equitable. A lot of my students don't have access to a safe education at home. Some, not all. Some do not have good internet or a quiet place to do their work without distractions. I can see a greater divide for my students, those who have access and those who don't. I feel bad for some of my students. That's why I rooted for the Miami Heat when the Lakers won 2 years ago, and because I'm rooting for the underdogs, those who have to overcome great challenges. So what is this culture of care interviews? Culture of care interviews. I want to find a way to get to know my students. It's a student-teacher connection. It's just 5 to 10 minutes. Last year I did this during distance learning, and it was the highlight of my students for year 2020 and 21. Just to sit down and talk about things that are not math and just talk about life. My students loved it. And my first 3 years of teaching, I also did this in my career, and I called them interviews. And basically, it's about what's your story. So you're going to sign up for an interview, and you're going to sign up in 2 locations. Number 1, you're going to fill it out in a monthly calendar for a time slot. Savannah High School students, you're going to do that during class. And those who are online, CVA, you can do that during office hours. And anytime basically we don't have class. I don't have class. I think I wrote that below. And the second place you're going to fill it out is the class roster, which I'll show you guys in a second. Savannah High School students, you're going to do this during class. We're going to only have one per day, one per period, and one per day. CVA, you can do that during my office hours, periods 1, 2, and 6. During the regular school hours of 8 to 3:15, basically when I'm not teaching classes, and I'll show you guys my schedule. And basically what you'll do is you'll write your time, your period, and your first and your last name. Such as, maybe you want to do it tomorrow, so that would be September 27th, 8 a.m., period 2A, and this is my daughter, Hadley Ng. And we actually have the interview. It's 5,000 assignment points, so quite a bit. And I called it week 18 because that's the last week in December of first semester, but you can have it done before then. And then these are the reflection questions. Prepare to pick 3 to discuss. So Hallie can pick any of these 6 of them, and you're going to talk about these 3. So you just read them out loud during the interview, and then we talk about it. All right, so let's go ahead and figure out how Hallie can sign up for time. Okay, so down here on the tab, there is my hours. So let's just say Hallie wanted to sign up for, well, I teach a class at Savannah at 10:30, so anytime from 8:30 to 10:30, Hallie can sign up for it. So it's not on this one, but it's on the September 2021. So here it is. And so Hallie would write her time, so maybe she wanted to do 8 o'clock. Period, and then she's gonna write her name. And it's okay if it goes, you can always make it smaller, like something like this. Okay, and so this is a calendar, and let me show you guys the class roster one. Alright, so here at the bottom I have the calendar, and then the next one is by your class roster. So find your period. So let's pretend Hallie's in period 2A, CVA. Here it is. Let me zoom in for you. And she's just going to write her date that she had, 9/27. Oh, we said 8. And as long as she shows up for her interview for 5 to 10 minutes, I'll send you guys, CVA students, I'll probably send you like a Google Meets, and you just have to show up. And so that is our culture of care. Let's go back to the directions. So again, you're going to go over those 3 questions, and the big idea is you're going to put your date in 2 places on the monthly calendar and the class roster.
Now that you're interested in that, you should go follow David Ng in YouTube. He's really smart and really funny.